So, I wanted to talk about something that has been happening in the background in Arcane Odyssey. Recently, my clan, Constellia, well, my ex-clan, it got hijacked. It got hijacked by a person who my friends who ran Constellia thought they could trust. He joined about 4 months ago and basically wanted to see the clan get revived. Constellia has been practically dormant for quite a while since we had no reason to farm infamy in-game after the big infamy wipe. It used to have more than 3 million infamy before the wipe, and now it's currently at 850k, at a respectable number 5 on the leaderboard. Well, it isn't on the leaderboard anymore. It is now under new management. Basically, the previous owner, Guardian of Guards, gave the ownership to that player, and for whatever reason, after a bit of drama within the Constellia Discord, he felt underappreciated. So, for that reason, he took the clan hostage, and then just cut all communication between Constellia and sold the clan away. He and his crew basically only farmed 50k infamy within that 4-month time period. The clan had around 800k before he joined. Now, how did he get ownership of the clan? Well, I'm not proud of Garden for doing this, and if I was in charge of Constellia when this was all going down, I would never have let this happen. But basically, Garden told that player about a bug that could be abused in-game to basically get infinite funds within the clans to build the best structures without actually having to grind for those structures. It is apparently a pretty gate-kept bug among the top clans, and I honestly think this is really dumb. So, to do this bug, he gave that person the ownership of the clan, and he did in fact do said bug. I don't have video footage, but he sent a screenshot that quite literally shows proof of him doing it. Look at his galleons earned for the clan. It is at 125 million. He has been in the clan for about 4 months. It is literally not possible to get that amount of galleons earned through normal farming methods like claiming Cassia Bay and basically farming 24/7 for 120 days. If he did that, he would end up with about 80 million galleons at max. He would have to be online 24/7 and not get the island claimed in-game to even reach 80 million. And he even sent proof of this himself in the Constellia Discord. What more proof can I provide? It is so obvious, but apparently it isn't to the moderators. This is where the problem began. I made a ticket in the official Arcane Odyssey Discord, and I argued that the clan was hijacked and it was a breach of trust and etc. Yes, it was our fault for giving the ownership for the clan to bug abuse, but it was bug abused. So Mooches, he's an awesome person, the GOAT, actually sided with me getting the clan back. But the mods decided with the fact that the ownership was given willingly. Okay, so let me explain why it was given. But they just didn't care about why it was given. All they cared about was that it was just given away willingly, and that they can't do anything about it. What? So, if I, for example, accidentally give away leadership to someone unknown within my clan, which it can happen accidentally, if when you're like ranking people up, and let's say they took it over and basically just robbed me of my clan, what should I do? Make a ticket and say that ownership was given accidentally? I could have just lied here and said that it was given away accidentally. What's going to happen then? This clan hijacking basically shows the major flaw of how stupid the rules are. There isn't any rule, in fact, about this ownership or like hijacking or anything. And like this just doesn't make sense. Ownership was willingly given. Therefore, the new owner can basically do anything they want without the previous owner's permission. That's just insane. What if it was done by accident? What if we said that it was done by accident and we were lying? There's so much gray area in this that there needs to be a rule that makes sure that it is fair to the respectful owner of the clan. The person with the most time with ownership should always be the person to talk to about who the clan should go to in any case of this. They even have a feature of it in-game to literally show the ownership history and the amount of time they owned it for. I think they do, because the way they like talk about it, like I think they can see the clan history. I'm not entirely sure, but they probably do. And if they're not even going to use it, why bother having it? And this part ticked me off. The fact that they changed a rule right after this ticket re-allowed clan trading. They did that right after the clan was traded, not before. The clan was never traded after the rule change. The rule was changed after the clan was traded. This literally means it was a rule-breaking action. What more can I say? The wording of it, re-allowed, literally means that it was breaking the rules, and yet they are completely siding with the hijacking. Constellia was number 1 on the leaderboards for a long time during when it was active. We weren't active as much ever since the infamy reset, and there was no point in getting infamy. The timing of all of this, by the way, all happened right before the Trello announced that there are some really cool stuff that high infamy clans will get, as well as the number 1 clan and the number 2 clan get to own an in-game island per se, basically every week. We were all hyped, but this all happened right after our clan got hijacked. If this happens to a clan on the leaderboard, then what happens to regular players? Do they get exploited as well and then just forgotten as their voices aren't as loud? And there are more problems in clans in general. For example, as of recent, there has been basically a whole war over stuff like unclaimable islands. Many people have basically gotten banned over the fact that the building system can be exploited to make island claiming practically impossible. This is just a flaw in the building system. If you give the opportunity to players to abuse the system, they're going to abuse it regardless. And by the way, the fix to this is just really simple. The main problem in this is the terrain in clan building. It is an invincible object. So you can hide stuff like tier 4 plus walls behind it. To remind you, tier 4 plus walls can only be broken by ships and not by players. And that basically, if you place the terrain walls in front of them, it makes ships unable to attack them. And since they're only destructible to ships, it makes the base invincible. My fix to this: just make the entire terrain destructible. Make the terrain equivalent to basically tier 1 walls. They're breakable by just using magic. They even have the system of it that allow low tier walls to be broken by magic. This alone fixes this entire problem, since no base is indestructible anymore. They can use their ships to chip away at terrain, and once they made their way into the inner walls of the island, they can just destroy those as well. My base that I made at Cassia Bay a long time ago, the one with the really tall walls, it's all gone. It's all deleted. Well, not all of it. The structures it got deleted. It had to implement extra code to make sure that terrain is not placeable above a certain height, and that any terrain above that height gets deleted automatically. Instead of practically adding extra work, which they did to just, make islands not destruct, make them claimable by destroying the build height, they could have just not done that and made it so terrain was destructible, allowing players to basically build anything they want again. Give them back their full creative abilities, and now there is no problem in building walls with terrain, as they're also destructible. So no need to make reports, no need to waste time in tickets for this, and it's just a positive in every direction. This singular fix practically solves multiple problems at once. It completely solves the problem with invincible clan bases. Players can no longer be banned by this stupid problem as they can't abuse this bug anymore, and less time wasted for moderators on this problem. Well, why do I even care about the moderator's time? Clearly, they don't respect actual players' time, and they would much rather exploit them for their in-game work than anything else. I believe the new owners of the clan are related with the in-game moderators. If that is the case, that is pretty funny. The fact that they would rather screw over actual in-game players than just straight up give themselves infamy through commands is crazy. And another thing, what is this staff structure? A person who literally worked on the game, coded in it, made content within it, mooches, has less power than people who just do damage control or just deal with player problems in-game or on Discord. Well, it seems that way, and that they don't even do it properly. So, how do they have more power over a developer of the game? It doesn't make any sense. I don't want the clan back. It is a dirty clan now. It has bug abuse structures, and even Constellia doesn't want it back anymore. Garden knows he made a mistake. We want it to be disbanded. But the mods, even after showing them proof, decided, no, it is fine. It is fine to basically allow a clan to, number one, have bug abuse structures that other players will face the unfair structures that were built in-game. And number two, that it is completely morally fine to steal a person's clan as long as you were given ownership of it by any means. Because even if you, let's say it was by accident, they'll probably say they just can't do anything because they did it. So, for those of you who actually farm infamy in this game, well, don't. Because just for your information, your time isn't worth any amount in this game. VTEX Tech, I really love this game. And the other devs that have made stuff in this game. But please, just don't let it be destroyed by stupid stuff like this. Like, work with the community a bit more. After this, I'm not gonna make any videos on Arcane Odyssey anymore until this just gets fixed and stuff. I'm not even gonna make videos on it in full release until this gets fixed, and they probably won't fix it. So I'm just gonna move on. And yeah, you're gonna see different content from now on in this channel. I really love the game. I'll still play it, but I just won't make videos on it because it's not worth my time. Yeah.